2018 season has brought with it the introduction of the halo in an effort to increase safety measures for the drivers. The wishbone check device is designed to protect against any debris. However, there has been some resistance over this new regulation from both fans and drivers alike. 2017 saw the introduction of the T-wing in an effort to increase downforce. However, rule changes introduced in the 2018 season have damaged the controversial wing.
Right, we should be good then. I'm guessing.
Yep.
Alright, hello and welcome to LSR, where we are at Australia for the very first round of Season 3. I am joined here today with Jonah. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing really good. Excited for this season. You know, it's going to be a big one, James. I'm super excited to be joining you as well in the commentary box for the first round here in Australia. You know, we're getting ready for the first round in Season 3, and I just cannot wait to get the racing underway.
Yeah, it's looking like a very good and fast, quick grid this season, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be a really good season to commentate and watch all season round.
Absolutely. You know, this is going to be one of the biggest seasons. It probably will be the biggest season because look at this grid, viewers. We have full grid, some incredibly quick drivers. This is going to be the closest one ever. And, of course, we are in the brand new F1 2022 game, and this is the first time that we'll be racing here in Australia. So this is a brand new track for some, but of course they'll be practicing this one as well. Before we get on with everything, I do want to quickly mention the track details, just so you guys are familiar with the Albert Park circuit. So the first race here in Albert Park in F1 was back in 1996. The circuit has got 16 turns. Actually, it now has less because of the new track layout, so that's incorrect. But yeah, it's also got 3 DRS zones. That's going to help encourage overtaking. And so it's going to have that one DRS straight down to turn 1. That's going to be a great place to make an overtake. And then there's also that one down to turn 3. And then another, and that's going to be into the end of Sector 2. Anyway, let's get into the racing here today. We got about 15 minutes remaining of the session. This is the first round of the season, and we're racing here in Group 1 with so many quick drivers on the grid. James, is there anybody out there that you are most looking forward to seeing set the pace here today in Group 1, or who do you think is going to be really quick?
I'm really looking forward to watching Botham. I can't say his name right. Zayek. Who else? There we go. Ickle, and I think Mango as well. I think those 4 will be one of the best, as Not So Vapors just crashed out in Sector 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, and that means they'll be starting towards the back of the field. And you named some pretty good drivers there. I definitely think they're going to be up there. And we also have some new drivers into Group 1 as well. We have some returning drivers that are back for Season 3, and then we also have Group 2 drivers moving up, like Mango, Zayek, Yuki, and some others as well. And then we also have new drivers joining the league. Down in 20th currently is D'Angelo, very quick driver joining the league. I expect him to be up there. King David, another driver that's very quick. He's actually reserving for the AlphaTauri team, but expect him to be up there as well. And those 2 Williams drivers, they are very quick, haven't raced before, but they were insanely quick in the preseason races. So we have the Thumb currently on provisional pole position with a 117.8, as SSL Mango now goes even faster by 0.4 of a second. The McLaren's looking really quick as SSL Mango sets the pace here today in qualifying. But Alfa Romeo, I think we've got to talk about these guys. 8,000 RPM, Sir Vapor, what do you think of that lineup?
It should be a really strong lineup, but it's sad to see Vapor be down in what's going to be 20th position. But hopefully 8,000 RPM can hope to pick up some pieces that might need to be picked up for today's qualifying, as we've got Elite NO Dave coming around for final corner now, provisional corner. Looks very, very tidy at the moment. He's not lost the way on the final corner. Down the main straight, what is it? What is this lap going to be? And it's P3, so first and third for the McLarens.
Yeah, McLaren looking really strong today. I think they're going to be a team fighting for the overall victories throughout the season, so expect them to be up there. So let's see what they can do. But we do have to talk about LSR. This is a big season, viewers, and we are so happy to have you all with us here today. Thank you so much for joining us. We already have a ton of people watching the live stream right now, so that's awesome to witness as well. If you guys are new to LSR, please make sure to subscribe, as we are now going to be streaming the Season 3 Group 1 races here on the LSR YouTube channel, so please make sure to subscribe to that. And if you're enjoying James and myself commentary and the racing as a whole so far in the first round of the season, please make sure to like the video as well. Now, I do want to mention that Group 1 is not our only tier that we have racing here today. We are also going to be having Group 2 entering the spotlight in I do believe tomorrow, actually. It's just coming up on Sunday. So we're hoping to get that grid going. And if you guys are not part of the server yet, if you want to drive in that Group 2 division, we're trying to fill up that grid. Please make sure you join the server and sign up to become a driver. We want to make sure we get the second tier going as well. But of course, we're focusing on the first tier, and we're focusing on all the drivers here today. Now, we got 8 drivers that have set a lap time. A few more to go, and that's approximately 12 drivers left to set a lap time. And where are they on track? Who is going quick right now?
Well, at the moment, I'm watching Angelo set his lap after he's been spinning quite a few, but he's finally about to put in a lap time, so we'll see what he does. And then I'm pretty sure as Icklebickle goes and puts it in third, and the Angelo puts it in fourth.
Ooh, very good lap time from the two drivers there. They are both just separated by a tenth of a second, showing that the grid is incredibly close. Another driver that set a quick lap time is Zayek in the Ferrari. Ferrari looking strong as always, as Nair and Zayek joined the Scuderia today, and they'll be looking to set the pace here today in Group 1's first race. And look at the time in between 4th and 5th position. How close is that between D'Angelo and Zayek there?
3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Oh, you're right, actually, yeah.
It's a lot closer than you'd think. As I'm also seeing quite a few people on red lap times, which is meaning they have invalidated their lap, which isn't so happy for them. As I'm watching Tom come out of the final sector now, he did a purple sector 2. Let's see what he's now. Oh, Angelo's left the session somehow. Round the final corner, DRS is wide open. Down the main straight, this is looking to be an alright lap for P7 for the Williams.
Yeah, I expect Williams to be up there as well. Tom, very good lap time from him. He's just behind Dave, as we have Bacon now, who goes 7th fastest. Very good lap time from the Haas. Haas are looking strong as well. I expect them to be kind of the dark horse. And really, I think Haas are going to make a really big impression on this Group 1 championship and could be fighting for big results. And maybe they might even get their first championship. Ooh, what happened there?
I was just watching Bacon and I think it was Williams. They came together, no damage by the looks of it, but just a little tap.
Interesting. Well, showing that this track is very narrow as well. Maybe that's why a few drivers are getting invalidations as well. Seville Flair to the line. He goes 2nd fastest ahead of the thumb and goes into the 117.8. Mango's lap time. As he just says in the comments, that was the best ever lap on this entire game. Definitely was an incredible lap time there. He is 4/10 ahead of Seville Flair. Incredible.
Wow, that's just Hamilton type of laps, like Singapore lap time there from him.
Absolutely.
We're seeing quite a few yellows at the moment. Don't exactly know why, but a lot of drivers going slow.
I wonder if it's out of the way of the oncoming traffic. I'm not exactly sure. Group 2 Season 1 champion is coming to the line, Elian Bayan. He goes fourth fastest at 1:18.1, very quick lap time, and just ahead by just a few 100ths of a second off of Ickle Bickle. So Alpine also putting the pace in there as Elian is back in the full-time drive. He was in Group 2 for the last 2 seasons and now makes the jump up to Group 1 here in Season 3.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be looking to come back very strong after winning the championship. As I was just about to say Alexis Beast is on a lap, but he is no longer on the lap as he's just invalidated.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see Alexis Beast get that invalidation. He was going so well, too, and currently doesn't have a lap time, so he needs to set a better lap time here today. So let's see what he can do. Maybe he'll go out for another lap. Something I do want to mention, and this is something I think a lot of drivers are going to be looking into, and that's the performance of this game. What can we tell from the original 2021 game to the 2022 game? Because this is the first race on the 2022 game for LSR. So, James, what do you find is the main difference from the previous game to this game?
Well, the obvious one is the cars. The cars are much wider, so it's going to be a lot trickier to, I think, get around some corners that were so much easier on last year's game. Like, for example, Monaco is going to be one of the hardest tracks you could drive, but 21 it was easier. And another thing with these cars, the rear likes to get lost just a little bit if you get on that power too early, so they're really having to restrict their power when they get on those straights.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. That is going to be a big noticeable difference. And not just that the cars are different, they are new cars as well. They are brand new cars, and even in the real world, these are brand new regulations. As you said, they're much wider, much different, and different aerodynamics as well. As Nair goes into 11th position for the Scuderia Ferrari team. Great to see that he is able to set a lap time there. Another difference I have seen is the tires. That is a big difference. Tire heating is going to be an issue. You know, I think the tires are going to overheat a little bit too much, and I've seen a lot of drivers talk about that in the chat. And also, the regulations for the tires are different as well, and this has been brought into the new F1 2022 game. So what has happened is that these soft compound tires, or wherever tire you qualify on in qualifying, doesn't mean that you have to start on that tire in the Grand Prix, where 2021 you had to. So 2022, you can start on a fresh new set of whatever tire you really choose, and that's what's interesting. That's what's different to this game. As we see Nair unfortunately getting an invalidation, and I've noticed that drivers have been going a little bit too wide at that particular turn and getting a lot of invalidations. First Alexis, now Nair.
Yeah, it's not a fun corner with especially with these cars. It's a little bit tricky, a little bit fine as Tom Bear goes. I think it's not Tom Bear. Tom goes up into 8th position in his Williams. So, but like you said, with tyres as well, you've got a new regulation where they're always cold as well now. So whenever you come out of the pits, it's always going to be 70 degrees, where normally it's about at the exact same temperature that you want it to be at.
Yeah, and speaking of tires, I do want to let our drivers and, well, the drivers already know because we've informed them, but all our viewers listening right now, because of a F1 2022 glitch, we are going to be taking off the formation lap, so there will not be any formation lap. We're going straight into the Grand Prix. There was a glitch that we were afraid that would impact our race today, so we have removed it. Just want to make sure that everyone is aware of that. So, yeah, and the reason why I mentioned tires as well is that they're going to start on those cold tires, like you mentioned, and so the getaway and that first lap is going to be really difficult. So Honestly, I think we could see maybe a few spins at that first lap just because of how cold the tires are. And I think drivers will be knowing that as well. And hopefully they can take that into account and think like, okay, how can I warm these tires? And I think the solution for them, I think the notice, sorry, I think the decision that they're going to take, as we see Mercedes into the wall there, I think that is Xiaomi. I think the decision they're going to take is kind of just take it easy on that first lap.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a weird one, as I've just noticed on the track, just randomly sitting there. So that's a bit fun. And I've been watching Sev's lap, and it's been quick. Will it be quicker? It's P3 at the moment, and it's 1/10, almost 2/10 under of Mango's lap time.
And the Thom went quicker as well. It went 17.5. He's only a tenth down on Mango's lap, and he's in the pit lane, probably waiting to go out again. But will he have enough time? There's just a few more minutes remaining. Will the Thom be able to get back out on track and set it a more quicker lap time?
If he wants to put an out on lap, he needs to go now. But I reckon he will not go out now, and he'll save another set of softs. Just be safe.
I agree. I definitely have to agree with you on that one. So yeah, we'll see. I think he is staying in the pit lane, just to confirm about that. Another thing that we have to mention as well is that Mercedes not really having the best qualifying that they would have wanted. Viperize and Xiaomi down in 16th and 18th as we see a Haas going off track. I do believe that's going to hurt his lap time quite a bit there. But yeah, Mercedes not really having the best qualifying session.
Yeah, they really are. It's hard to get the perfect lap here sometimes because there's corners that can literally throw you off and corners that can do the best for you.
Yeah.
Mango's just gone purple in the first sector, but then invalidated his lap time.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Is out on his outlap right now, but I don't know if he will have time. And we've also got a comment from Mellison saying that we never even noticed he crashed.
Oh, he did crash. You're right. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry we were able to miss that.
Oh, this is going to be right to the line, I think, for Botham and Mango right now. As I'm seeing yellow flags in Sector 2, not the exact time. But I'm going to be... he's got 5 seconds. He's going to miss it.
By a few seconds. He had 3 more, he would have got there.
He's just missed it, same with Mango, so that's most likely our top 3. As Icklebickle, round the final corner, he's just lost the rear end. Don't know if he was quicker, but he could have put it on pole maybe.
Possibly, but he'll start 4th on the grid.
Ellen's lost his front wing, so don't know how that's happened. As D'Angelo is coming down the main straight now, does not improve his lap time, so he will be starting at P6.
He had a similar incident to Ickle. I think he spun on that final corner, showing that corner is incredibly difficult to manage. I was actually doing a race on Thursday, and I spun 3 times at that corner because it was so hard to put down the power. This basically concludes qualifying, but we still have a driver out there. That's Tom in the Williams. Can he join his teammate, possibly into the top 5? He goes a little wide, and he's on the grass. That's it.
That's our qualifying over then.
Yeah,
as we see Tom go way off. Don't know what happened there, but I think he just lost that rear just that little bit. But that is qualifying for the first round over.
And also, it seems that a lot of drivers weren't able to get that final lap in, which is unfortunate as well. But this means SSL Mango qualifies on pole position. That is the lap that was the pole position lap. The Thom, though, so close. And if he had 3 more seconds, could he have gotten pole?
Yeah, he could have just maybe got pole. And I'm looking at Mango's lap, and that was the only lap he did.
Was it the only one?
He invalidated his other lap.
Wow.
So he only used 2 sets of tyres where Botham used 4 different sets.
Showing that one lap, that's crucial for qualifying, and that's what got him pole position. So Mango on pole here in Australia. The question now is, can he keep it into the Grand Prix? We know Botham is a very good driver at making good starts. Seb Lafleur as well, looking pretty strong in that Williams car. Bickle in 4th. The entire grid is looking absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait for this race. And viewers, I hope you cannot wait either. Stay with us till the end as Group 1 gets ready to go here in Australia for the first time ever at Albert Park. So here's a question that I'm going to ask you, James. Who do you think is going to be P1, P2, and P3? Prediction time.
Ooh.
I put a lot of pressure on you, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I want to say it's going to be, well, my top 3, not even in order, but Mango, Botham, and I reckon just maybe Bickle.
Well, that's a good prediction. Let's see if it comes true, as there's no formation lap, so we're going to head straight into this. The 5 red lights are about to go out for the first ever LSR race in Season 3. It lights out, and away we go here in Australia. It's a pretty good start for the frontrunners. Mango gets a very good start as he leads the way down to turn 1. D'Angelo's already up to 3rd, trying to challenge in 2nd, and it's actually the battle for 1st. Mango's off the track. D'Angelo takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. There's already contact towards the back. That is Mango and Zayek, who are traveling down the field. The pole position sitter and the driver that started 4th, Bickle, is down the order. And this is a chaotic start for the drivers back there.
I don't know what happened there, but a load of drivers have gone off, and again, so many drivers going off. I don't know whether it's due to cold tyres, but wow, crazy first few corners as they're still going at it into the 2nd sector. As someone had a spin, Ellen's had a spin there. Don't know what happened there, but Mango all the way down in 17th from pole position.
That is incredibly unfortunate for Mango. Bickle down the order as well. Unfortunate to see him down there. Thankfully, he has no wing damage, though, so he'll be able to continue on without making a pit stop. But what a start for the Williams as well. Tom, who is now in 3rd position, trying to challenge for 2nd. His teammate, Seb Lafleur, is down to 4th. And D'Angelo leads the Grand Prix. What an epic start to this race. But also super unfortunate for SSL, Mango, Bickle, and Zayek and Elian, who are all towards the front of the field, are now all down to the end of the field.
Yeah, and as we've got a 3-way battle going on right now with Not So Vapor and Danny Stiller. Not So Vapor's just passed him down the main straight, an easy pass for him, and Asterix is looking for the move as well. He's lost it, but he's spun it, hit the wall, no damage, I believe. No damage, but as Alexis Beast leaves the session.
Oh, lag issue possibly? Not exactly sure. Hopefully he can get back in, and the AlphaTauri driver will unfortunately lose a position or two because of that. That is unfortunate. Xiaomi is into the pit lane. SSL Mango is also into the pit lane from pole position down to 19th. Not the start he would have wanted. Bickle, meanwhile, is making his way through the field 3/10 behind Viperize in the Mercedes, and the Red Bull driver is trying to get back up the field and back up to where he previously was, as Albrecht has now gotten a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as Bickle is purple in the 2nd sector. He's now going to look for the move on Viperize for 14th position. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two. No, it's just a little bit of lag, actually, between those two drivers. Bickle is actually going to try and go through. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, as the Mercedes is lagging quite a bit.
That is a very new move I have seen in the game. So as he loses it, and just, I don't know if it was contact, but seemed like that was more contact than anything.
Seb Lafleur spun! Sorry to interrupt you there, but Seb Lafleur's got too much on that green painted tarmac, and Seb Lafleur spun. He's down to 7th position now, as there is also a move going on for 4th position. Nair has moved up into 4th ahead of King David, who's already up to 5th position. Great start from him as well. But wow, that's unfortunate to see Seb Lafleur down the order from what was 4th and 3rd for the Williams team. It is now 3rd and 9th.
Yeah, unlucky for him as Vaporize leaves the session, who I think is also lagging very much. So, but he is ghosted. Like he's going to get by. Same with Icklebickle. So easy move for them two. But Icklebickle and Zyke are fighting this one out though.
And they have
As
similar
they're coming
pace
into
as
the
well.
third sector.
You're right. Oh,
As
now we're going
Alexis has spun it.
fun!
Oh, reset the track.
Thank goodness ghosting was on, or Zayak and Icklebickle's race would be absolutely over.
Yeah, I love how ghosting is like that, because if it was not, you'll be a goner.
Definitely, yeah, that would have been. Oh, Icklebickle getting too much on the power there. What happened to the Red Bull? Zayak is now going to be on the back of the Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, Viperess does rejoin the session. Great to see that. Meanwhile, we have to take a look at the battle for fourth position. This is getting quite intense. Nair is trying to go around the outside of King David. Oh, so close.
It's a little bit of contact, but it's still good at the moment, as Nair is looking for that move and for P4.
And Albrecht as well in the Red Bull is also trying to get into the fight, as meanwhile his teammate is making his way through the fields. The Red Bull might be in for some point scoring positions here. King David is going to have to defend like crazy because the slipstream is so powerful down this lawn curved, this slipstream zone. I don't even know what to call it really, as Nair is going to exit pretty nicely into that turn. This is a turn where everybody goes wide, though. Thankfully, the Ferrari does not. He will have DRS down to this particular section, and the sector 2 we come to. King David has stayed ahead for now, but the Ferrari will have DRS on that straight down to turn 1.
Yeah, that straight is going to be very powerful as D'Angelo spins it and comes into the pit. But we'll go back to NYR, who now has DRS down the main straight and down the next straight. But will he get close enough? His 3/10 is too far back at the moment. If he gets a great exit here, he should be able to catch up just a little bit more.
I don't think he's going to be able to make the move for third now on King David, but he will have that opportunity down to the end of Sector 2. But going back to what happened to D'Angelo, not exactly sure, but that's the race leader. He was the race leader as possible spin at the final turn. That put him down to 16th from the race lead. That is incredibly unfortunate. Meanwhile, Vacant and Stebbleflare, they're having a good battle here. Stebbleflare's off the track. Vacant goes up into 8th, and Haas is now into the top 8 positions.
I think I just want to put it out there, commentator's curse. I said those three people from the top, and they're all the way down.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But it is what it is in racing, you know? Hold on a second. I'm going to quickly comment on what's going on here. Stebbleflare has got wing damage. That's why he's struggling. You can see he has no left front end plate, and he's really struggling to keep it going. And he's definitely got a loss of downforce. And Icklebickle and Not Sir Vapor are now going to be right on the back of the Williams and trying to make that move. Is Icklebickle going to send it to the inside? No, he is not. But I expect Stebbleflare to come into the pit lane. Yes, he does.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of time, and with this game, you lose a lot more time than you normally would, I believe. That as he's having to pit, he will drop down the order very much so.
Oh, yellow flag. What car is that off the track? Is that one of the Alpines or the Willie? It looks like Stebbleflare, but I'm not exactly sure.
It's said in the pits, but it's showing up as a yellow flag, so I don't really understand why.
Yeah, that's odd.
Very odd, but as Not So Vapor spun it.
And also, King David and Albrecht have had contact. They have had contact on the straight, the SS straight. As that's going to put them down to order, and that may have given one of them wing damage, and that is incredibly unfortunate. I wonder if the stewards are going to be looking into what happened there between those two drivers.
Now King David has that DRS on NYR down the next 2 straights, which is going to be very crucial for him, and he's looking so much closer than NYR ever was. And
yeah,
then
you are correct.
Elite as well. Oh, as NYR has a really bad exit out of the last corner, and he almost spun it, but King David's going to have that traction and that better pace now. Down into turn 1, he's going to look for the move. Down into turn 1, he's going to make it stick and very nicely. And David's going to have a look as well now, as NYR does not have DRS. He's going to defend the inside line around the outside. A little bit of contact, maybe no. Down, he's going to back out of it, but a nice move from King David.
And 8,000 RPM, and the Alfa Romeo is looking to get involved in this one as well. This is a four-way battle for the podium.
I'm just going to stop you again because Not So Vapor, I don't know what's happened to him, but he's spun it, I think, and missed the pit lane. And same with Alexis Beast.
Oh, that's unfortunate for both drivers there, as they're going to move down the order quite a bit.
He spun it again. Not So Vapor has just spun once more at turn 1. He does not liking this.
No, it's not turning out to be a good day for the Alfa Romeo drivers. He's really struggling to keep it out on track right now, but it's all good. He will come back. Hopefully there'll be like a safety car or something like that that'll help him to get back into this race. Meanwhile, after what happened to D'Angelo, he is back out of the pits and is now in T12 hunting down Elian Bayan in the Alpine, and he'll be looking to get into the top 10 and get back into those positions. And even though he has spun and put onto the hard tire, he is still in contention for a top position because he is on fresh new tires now. Meanwhile, Zayat is into the pit lane for Scuderia Ferrari as we witness a battle going on here for third position. Dave, where did he get past Nair? I don't remember him getting past Nair.
Oh yeah, I've only just noticed that as well. It must have been at sector 3 down that that straight with the RS.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense why he got past. It's the only...
has gone on to the hards as well, so he's looking to go to the end of the session of the race. As
yeah, I guess so.
Vapor now comes into the pits, which he may have wanted to do last lap, but missed the pit lane. As Zayat reports a wing damage as well, so we'll try and have a look at that. But apparently he does not have wing damage that I can see of anyway.
Oh, Nair's gone off track. I think he missed the exit. That means 8,000 RPM, and now they can have it. Are back up in the P5 and P6. And Ickle Bickle is now looking to join this battle as well for the battle for third. Meanwhile, Tom is into the pit lane on those soft combo. Oh, and Ickle Bickle is spun!
Not what he wanted, just too early on the power, I believe. Tried to get the better traction off that corner and try and get past NYR, but very annoying for him and very sad, but no, he's not got a front wing. Lucky to keep his wheels though, as Tom comes out on the hards as well.
Interesting. So showing that the hard compound tires is the way to go in this Grand Prix. So that'll be quite interesting to witness. Going back to Ickle Bickle, it has not been this day really. There was contact with, I think it was Zayat at the start. Danny's now trying to get past the Red Bull, who's got no front wing. He's going to have to come into the pit lane and get fresh new tires. Thankfully, it's about the time to pit for the hard tires, so he should be able to go on that one, but it still sets him back quite a bit.
Yeah, sets him back very, very much so, and not what you would want. But it's early days. We've still got 21 laps left. Well, 20 after we get onto the next lap as I believe, I don't know what happened, but as Not So Vapor has retired and has spun on the final corner.
It's not going to be a full course safety car. It might just very well be. Look at that. That's a lot of damage to the Alfa Romeo.
Another one retired.
And that is a safety car.
Yeah, full safety car as Albrecht has also lost the rear end, I want to assume, at sector 3.
Everyone is pitting now. That puts drivers back into a position. That puts Sevillaflare, that puts D'Angelo now back into a good position in this race. SSL Mango can now catch up. So this is a good reset. But of course, at the same time, it's incredibly unfortunate to see a driver that was competitive in this race retire. And it's just showing that Australia is a very difficult track to manage. Even though it's a great track, at the same time, it is a difficult one as well. So we've seen a lot of spins today.
Yeah, it's going to help out Botham very much so, because look at that gap he has gained over in just 10 laps.
Oh my goodness,
Just
yeah.
about 17 seconds. But he will now be able to pit and come out ahead because it's a safety car.
But the thing is that he's going to be under pressure from the other cars that are right behind him at that restart. So the question will be, can Bathom maintain his lead at that restart? And the question will be, when does he go? Because that last corner, that is going to affect a lot of drivers, and the power is going to be very difficult. So I expect him to go right after that last corner. But let's find out how this works out. Everybody in the top 5 is coming into the pit lane. Tom is actually going to
Botham's
exit.
pitted.
He has, yep, onto the hards, I think.
Let's see who wins this pit stop battle then. So Dave comes out ahead. Then it'll be Vacant, I believe. Yes, Vacant has got ahead of 8,000 RPM, and then King David's lost out. He's gone down to 7th position.
He has, and Vacant. Well, oh, Vacant spins. Vacant spins. He's gonna lose those 2 positions.
Oh, and then I believe, I don't know if it was an Alpha or a Haas. Yeah, it was 8,000 RPM has hit into, I think it was Vacant Haddock, who's now having to give the position back. He's just had a.
What's going on here?
There's even more action going on here. They're slowing down for one each other, but then hitting each other. It's weird.
I have a feeling that penalty for 8,000 RPM is going to get removed, because that seems like a game glitch right there. What I gathered is I think Vacant spun, and the game thought that 8,000 RPM and D'Angelo overtook Vacant illegally, and then they had to give the position back before they got that penalty. And so I think that's why D'Angelo slowed down. I think that's why 8,000 RPM slowed down as well. And then it kind of just caused chaos. So that seems like a game glitch to me, and I could see 8,000 and anyone else that got a penalty, I could see them trying to get that removed, which would be understandable.
So I can confirm what happened to 8,000 RPM. Well, not confirm, but say what his penalty is for, and it's for a severe collision with D'Angelo. So it wasn't with Vacant, but I want to guess because D'Angelo spun. No, not D'Angelo. Vacant spun. D'Angelo had to let go that position. 8,000 RPM, didn't realise hit into the back of him, and then it just caused the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened there, and it is unfortunate. What's going on here? King David and D'Angelo have swapped positions. What's going on?
What has happened? Oh, and the car's on top of it. Okay.
That's a game glitch, I think. That's another game glitch, because D'Angelo, I have no idea what happened there, because you can see him kind of morphing into the other cars. That means 8,000's got damaged, though, which is incredibly unfortunate, and I think the stewards will be looking into that to see exactly what happened. Yeah, something's definitely wrong with this game's problem between the 5th and 6th position cars.
Oh, this is getting. Oh, what has happened here with Sev and D'Angelo? As D'Angelo's going very slow, it's not what you should be doing under safety car, and it's caused the whole thing right now. Everyone's going slow. I don't know what's going on, but
I have no idea. That was some weird stuff, and yeah.
They're very confusing. I'd like to see what happened, but yeah.
I have no idea what's going on here with the safety car glitching. I think we'll have to look into that a little bit later on. But here we go. Yeah, and I think D'Angelo's left the session because I think there's a glitch going on there as the Haas's both have disconnect. Hopefully Vacant will be able to get back in. Hopefully the same with D'Angelo. Safety car in this lap. We get the racing underway once again. At the thumb, is he going to go a little bit early? Is he going a little bit late? He goes early.
It's a very late safety car, but it's gone very early, as Elite Dave is now going down the inside of Tom, and he's made that move stick, but Tom's going to fight back and go around the outside with contact, but he's kept the position. Very nicely done.
Yeah, there was a little bit of wheel banging there, but I think it's okay as we see Elite and Zayek is retired.
He's retired in the pit lane.
That's unfortunate for Zayek.
Not a good race for a lot of people here today.
No, it seems like some others had some... I think Zayek retired because he was further down the order, but I'm not exactly sure. As we see Haas rejoin right in the middle of the battle. That is not a good time to rejoin, but it is how it goes in games. As we see Seb LaFleur trying to make the move on Nair. This is close between the two. Are they going to go side by side? Oh my goodness! Whoa, what just happened there? I have no idea. I was riding on board with the Williams and it shaked up and down. I think the Haas might have... Yeah, okay, the Haas is... There's a disconnect process going on here between the Haas and the other cars. Not exactly sure what's going on. As we see Nair trying to make the move on the car ahead. But to be honest,
nicely done from him.
Yeah. And we see King David in the action too.
I was watching D'Angelo, and he just went under Sev's car, just like it was nothing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely... Oh, Sev's off the track and in the wall!
Let's see if he has wing damage. He does have his wing. He does not have damage, luckily, and somehow that Williams is like glue.
Yeah, thankfully he was able to continue on. So that's interesting. But yeah, going back to what happened with D'Angelo's car, looks like there was some sort of game glitch, and his car is moving underneath cars, something I haven't seen before in League Racing. Must be a new feature to this game. As he left the session, I think he's experiencing some lag issues or something like that. But anyway, we continue on. Betham, he is leading the race by 1.7 seconds to Tom. What a start from him on that safety car restart. Tom having a great race as well for Williams. NL Dave, great start for him in his debut race for LSR. And Bacon had it back in the car battling for the podium.
Huge battle here. Huge battle with NYR, King David and Icklebickle as we almost went 3 wide through the last sector, as there's about almost 10 cars now here fighting for what seems to be fifth position. As we've got King David, then NYR, Icklebickle, Ilian, Sev, and Mango's car. So 5 people in the fight for 5th place. This is getting great. This is going to be mad.
Ilian was looking inside.
Is Sev going to have a look now as well? That Ilian had that little bit of a look but had to back out. He's going to hang back as we have a yellow flag as someone has spun.
I think it was one of the Mercedes
back to this
cars.
Battle now. This should get spicy any minute now with DRS enabled this lap, as Icklebickle has gone round the outside of NYR for P6.
Good move from Icklebickle there. Yeah, good to see him back into the top 5 battle. Now he's in 6th and hunting down King David, who is in the top 5. Elliot Biden back in this fight. He's actually under pressure from several flares going down the inside of the Alpine, the Williams and the Alpine trade positions, and several flares up into 8th position. Good overtake. And SSL Mango, the pole sitter, is back into the top 10 as well, and trying to challenge for some good positions here, some good point scoring positions. As he is on those 11-lap-old hard compound tires, as everyone in the top 10 is on the hard. So quite interesting, showing that the hard tires are the best option for these drivers right now.
Sev's already all over the back of NYR and is looking for this position on NYR, as he's got that DRS wide open, but also does NYR because they're all 1 second between each other.
Yeah, this is an intense battle for what will be, I think, 7th position, because Icklebickle is starting to pull a little bit away off of the Ferrari, but they are still within a second between from 5th all the way down to around 11th. So showing that this battle is incredible.
Even closer. I just want to say, 3rd position is getting in on this battle now, because from vacant he is 4 temps, and then King David is 5 tenths, Ickle 7 tenths, and then it goes in just about 1 second. So it's even closer now, as Vacant is looking for a move on Elite down the inside, but has to back out on that move. But he will have DRS down the next 2 straights.
Yeah, you're right. The two battles, the two battles between 3rd and 4th, and the battle from, or I think was 5th down to 10th, have morphed together and have created this epic fight for 3rd. Ooh.
Asterix just spun as well, so he is now out of that contention of a battle.
And he's gonna come into
back
the
to this
lane.
battle. King David has a really bad run, and Ickle Bickle all over the back of him, going around the outside. Is he going to make it either? He's going to fight it back, but it just pushes Ickle Bickle off the track and keeps that position. But he's going to fight back here, and he's going to take that move. Sev's going to have another look here as well, but just has to go off track. Just that little bit.
Interesting. That was incredibly close between all these drivers today, as we're seeing some intense racing between all of these drivers. Ickle Bickle did get up in the fit, so he was able to pull that move around the outside of the AlphaTauri driver and get into 5th. So awesome to witness that. Flare is the next driver in this battle for 6th position. Meanwhile, NYR and Elian Bine and SSL Mango are all in this fight as well, as we see this this battle continuing on between all these drivers today. But I think our closest battle is between King David and Flare.
Yeah, this is... We've got Elliot as well, 2 tenths behind NYR, very close, but everyone's very close, as we have a spin as Asterix has spun it. He's lost his front wing, but he almost would have lost his rear end, and he spins again.
Yeah, I think he's struggling to come off of the power on that particular corner, as he's still got very hot tires, and he's just going to try and make it back to the pit lane to repair that front wing.
Yeah, Sev has a look on King David, just has to back out of it, as he's a little bit too far back, but we'll have to wait for the next set of the LSR straights for this battle to get a bit more interesting, as Ickle Bickle has gone off track and just almost about lost it, so he's lost a little bit of time.
And Flare is struggling to keep up with the cars ahead on the main straights, kind of giving me the feeling that he's running a higher downforce setup, and the other drivers ahead are running a lower downforce setup. Oh, his Bacon's off the track!
Bacon's just lost 3 positions there. Not what I would have wanted, but don't know what happened. I want to guess.
NYR off the track. I think he spun as well at turn... I can't remember the turn's name, but NYR off the track, unfortunately, and that means also...
He's not front wing.
Oh, yeah, he's got no front... That means that he's out of that battle, really, because he's going to have to pit.
As D'Angelo also pits now as well. I wonder what that pit is for, as he's been on those hards for 13 laps.
Oh, King David goes wide! He goes wide!
Sev, and he's passed. As also Ickle Bickle is looking for a move down on the inside of Elite. He's going to have another look, maybe. No, he's just going to keep it behind and waiting for the next DRS line.
And Ickle's got no penalties as well, so that's going to help his race even more. But right now, he definitely has the pace over the McLaren. Look how much speed he's carrying down that straight. Using the slipstream from the McLaren. He's going to pull to the inside line. The McLaren gives him the space. Dave and Ickle are side by side into this long, curved slipstream zone. Ickle is ahead of the McLaren of Elite Dave, and King David as well in this battle. And Several Flare is actually going to pull to the outside line.
Lost time. Ickle. Sev's going to go around the outside of King David. He's made the move, made it stick, and has made a very nice move as Elian spun it. He's lost his front wing.
Oh, that's not good for Elian. Alpine have had a very difficult day, to be honest, as one car is out. The other one is unfortunately down the order in what will be 12th, possibly 13th once D'Angelo gets ahead. It's also been not the best day for Alfa Romeo, as well as 8,000 RPM was involved in that glitch, I believe, between the Haas's and himself. and King David, and he's down the order as well. King David, speaking of, in that battle still for 5th position, he's got no penalties and could be on the podium here.
Yeah, if he keeps it clean, keeps it off going off track, he should be looking for P3 by the looks of it, as Ickle is getting away from this lot, but he should be able to catch up with Tom, but Tom's got a 5-second time penalty, and then everyone else ahead of King David with 3 seconds. So all he needs to do is be within 3 seconds.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is that Tom's penalty will also fall into Elite Dave, who should get ahead of Tom, actually, because Ickle Bickle is 1.7 seconds behind, and if Elite Dave can close up just a little bit more, he will definitely have 2nd position, and Seville Flare might be able to get ahead as well, and King David, actually, will get ahead of all 3 of them.
Yeah, King David should hopefully get ahead of all 3 of them if he can pick up the pace just a little bit more and passes the next 2. But he's got Sev, who is a very quick driver.
Yeah, Sev is being hunted down as well, though, by King David, and Faith Haddock actually is in that battle as well. But he is getting closer, though. He's getting closer to Dave. Look how close he is. Oh, and Dave Spawn and Sev LaFleur and him have made contact. Elite Dave is out of the race. Sev LaFleur might have damage. I'm not exactly sure about that one, but safety car has been called out for the 2nd time today, as that is a massive crash for Elite NL Dave in the McLaren, and his day ends in retirement.
Wow, so this is getting even more interesting because everyone's going to go onto the softs. It's a full safety car. This just gets a little bit crazy every time, as Buffett is going to have to do another perfect restart.
But here's the thing, he's got some very quick drivers behind. Ickle Bickle is now back into the top 3 now, and he might be able to get the jump on the drivers ahead, but we'll see how that works out. King David very quick as well, so might not be Betham winning this one. We thought it was going on well for the Aston Martin driver, who is now in the race lead, has been leading the entire race pretty much from the start. Oh, hold on a second. I want to interrupt myself.
Tom is not pitted.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to talk about. Tom is not pit. Why has this happened?
So everyone's going on to the softs, but Tom is on 13-lap old hards. He's going to get absolutely... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose all those positions, really, because Betham and Ickle Bickle are going to be up there, and this may have just changed everything, because if Betham doesn't get the perfect start off the restart, Ickle Bickle's right on the back of that Aston Martin, so this just got really interesting now, and we're going to have to see some overtakes from these drivers behind, because Tom is on those tires, and effectively is going to hold up those soft runners. It may be unintentional, but still... He's just going to be on those older compound tires where Betham and Ickle and King David are they're going to have more of a problem of getting past.
Yeah, this is... I don't know what Tom's strategy will be, but we've also got Danny, who hasn't pitted, Viprise, who is still hasn't joined the session by the looks of it. D'Angelo is back, but he's on the mediums. And then everyone else has pitted for the softs. So...
Yeah, you know, this is awesome, though. I mean, of course, we don't want to see incidents happen. We don't want to see retirements, because we want to see every single driver do well. But this allows drivers to catch back up. This safety car allows drivers like Ellie and Vine at 8,000 RPM to get back into the hunt. This gives drivers a second chance to go for more more big results, you know. So this is the final few laps of the Australian Grand Prix. It has been an incredible race here today, and yeah, it's been incredibly entertaining as well. The question now is, who will win the race? That is the main question on everybody's minds, really. Who's going to win? SSL Mango as well. Watch over him. He's in 6th now on the soft compound tire, so we saw his pace in qualifying. He's now back up into the top 6 and could be going for some really good results. Flair as well is also picked. Same with Danny Stillers as well, so surprising to see that both of them have come into the pit lane.
Yeah, just comment on what Tommy said. I meant to go into the pits, so ouch.
Ooh, so he did. So he meant to go in the pit lane, but unfortunately missed it or something like that.
Maybe, yeah, I'm guessing so. That's probably what happened. But I mean, it's a very small pit lane. It's a weird pit lane as well. So,
well, let's see how this works out. We are on lap 23 out of 29. Tom is leading the Grand Prix on 14-lap old hards. Batham is in 2nd. Ickle Pickle is in P3. King David is in 4th. Vacant is in 5th. The top 4, between 5th and 2nd, they're all on soft compound tires. And then we have Viperize and Tom on the hard compound tires. And also, watch out for D'Angelo, who's on medium tires, which are going to be quite quick, and he's got no penalties as well. So D'Angelo might come back into this fight and give Haas some really good points. So let's see how that all works out. It's going to be quite interesting. Safety car is in this lap.
this is where it gets interesting. Old hards versus new ass softs. Let's see when will Tom go as safety car pulls in for the pits now, as Tom has gone and Botham is all over him already, as Sev gets another 3-second time penalty as Botham gets round the outside. He's going to go round the outside to turn 1, no contact, nice move, as Sev has now just retired from this race.
I believe that was in the pit lane as well, as we see Ickle Bickle having to defend against King David. Also looking for the move on Tom on those hard tires. Ickle going to go around the outside of the Williams car, and he's got a good move from the Red Bull, and Ickle Bickle is up at a 2nd position. King David as well is in the fight. Bacon Haddock is also in the fight. This is getting incredibly interesting. D'Angelo is 7th. Alexis Peace is back in the top 8. Elliot Bynum now gets ahead of Viperize and back into the top 9 for the Alpine cars, as we also see King David making the move on Tom around the outside, or around the inside he goes. Bacon is now side by side as well with the Williams, and he should get ahead.
He's really not had a great restart, as he's lost another position there to Elian.
He has.
Hards are not nice at all on a restart.
And there goes 8,000 RPM of the Alfa Romeo up to 11th position. So great to see that from the Alfa Romeo car. He's going to get up into 10th because he's going to go right through that ghosted Mercedes car. And he should get ahead of Tom as well on those fresh soft compound tires. So Alfa hopefully going to get a few points after a difficult start to the season. But we see, I think our closest battle is the battle for the battle for 2nd. Ickle Bickle and King David. I think that's our closest battle right now.
Yeah, King David looks strong, Ickle Bickle looks strong, and Botham looks very, very strong here today, as NYR has just got past Shahomi around the outside, I believe.
Oh yes, the Ferrari will be looking to get into the fight as well. He's currently P13. However, Shahomi's got no penalties as well, so Shahomi is in a position to fight for some pretty good results in this race. Meanwhile, Haas having a nice little battle here between Alexis Peace and D'Angelo. Who's going to get ahead? Is it Alexis Peace? Yes, it is. The AlphaTauri gets ahead. Great move from Alexis Peace, but D'Angelo's coming back at him.
Oh! He had the traction out of that corner, but he just got pushed onto the grass and he spun it. He has no wing damage, but he's just lost more positions now.
That's unfortunate for D'Angelo in the Haas car, who's going to be down the order, has no front wing, as DRS is now enabled. He's actually going to come into the pit lane now, and he's going to have to hit onto fresh new tires as 8,000 RPM score for the move on. Tom to the inside line goes the Alfa Romeo car down to turn when we come, and there's contact.
There's contact.
Yep.
As also Alexis Beast has spun it, there's also contact with Tom and was that, can't remember who it was with, but
all good, no worries. D'Angelo has retired from the Grand Prix. He believes that is it for him. I think Alexis Beast, I think that was the driver that was involved in that incident.
Probably, I don't know, I can't remember. As we've now got Mango and Haddock going at it as Mango's gone round the inside. Easy, nice move with DRS up into P4.
Interesting. So the McLaren is up into the top 5 in this race and moves even further ahead. Also, Elliot Vine having a good race as well after what seemed to be a difficult start to the Grand Prix. It's turned into possible good result here as he's in P6 right now. We'll see how that works out. And he might actually be promoted to 5th because Vacant Haddock has got a 9 seconds time penalty. Nyers off the track. Showing a lot of cars are spinning today. I think that's just down to the very tricky Albert Park circuit.
Oh, he spun it again. As Tomba has retired, I want to say in the pits by the looks of it yet. As Nyers just keeps spinning now, so it's not his day.
King David's out! King David is spun it as well! Oh my goodness! That was unexpected. It's not going to be some sort of VSC or something like that. That means King David is out. Another retirement, showing that this race has turned into a very difficult event for drivers to keep it out on track. We've seen a lot of spins today.
Yeah, it's oof. As we now have only 11 drivers left, but, well, 10, because Viprize still isn't back with us in this race.
Well, we are now...
Mango is now on the back of Ickle Bickle.
Interesting. So SSL Mango might be able to get possibly a 2nd position. What a recovery drive this would be for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, we're on the second last lap now, so he's hoping it counts for it all. As we have a yellow flag as Shahomi, I believe, has either spun it, and yeah.
Well, let's see. We just have 2 laps to go. All these drivers have to do is just try to survive, because we have seen that this is a very difficult track on this brand new game, and I think these drivers are still trying to get used to these cars as well, so it makes sense why they are struggling to keep it out on track. Remember, it's just the first race, everybody, as we will see, I'm sure, a lot less retirements in future races just because they'll be getting used to the racing. The Thumb, the reserve driver for Aston Martin, he's not a full-time driver, actually, is going to be most likely winning this Grand Prix. Ickle Bickle is going to be taking the lead of the championship as he's going to be in 2nd position, but SSL Mango is right behind, so anything... Oh, Elliot Vine's out!
Retired. That's another retiree. Wow, okay.
That is very surprising.
Exact same thing that happened to Breach very early on in this race, as we've also had NYR leave the session. So we only have 8 drivers racing now.
You are correct. That is very surprising, actually, that has happened. To Elliot Vine as well, who is unfortunately out of this race and becomes the 2nd Alpine driver out in the Grand Prix. The Thumb is starting the final lap of this race. Ickle Bickle is holding off SSL Mango, and Vacant Haddock also in 4th, but 8,000 RPM for Alfa Romeo might be scoring some really good points for the Alfa Romeo team after what was a very difficult race that started out for the... Oh, and 8,000 is in the wall! A commentator's curse! No way! More!
It's happened again!
It's happened again! Oh, no! Danny Stillers is now into the 5th position. Aston Martin are going to pull off an incredible result today as Danny Stillers is going to grab P5 of this race. Shahomi might grab 6th now. What a chaotic end to the race as there's been so many spins in the final few laps. but it is not going to change for LFR Betham. What a race. He is the Season 2 Group 1 champion. He's the reserve driver for Aston Martin. It's been a very consistent race for him today. He comes around the final corner to win the Australian Grand Prix here for the first race in Season 3. Betham is the winner in Group 1. Ickle Pickle is going to come across the line in second position, and SSL Mango will grab third for McLaren. A great recovery drive for him. Danny Stillers and Vacant will be fourth and fifth. 8,000 RPM will be sixth, followed by Shahomi, Alexis Beat, Viperize, and Nair, who are the only finishers of the Grand Prix after a lot of drivers did retire from that race.
Wow, what a race. Well done to Botham. Controlled the race literally every single lap. So, well done to him on a great race here. Better get them in for interviews, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I do believe so. If the drivers are ready for it, we will be doing some interviews for our drivers today. We'll see if they are available. James, would you be able to invite our three drivers, and also, if you can, ask if they're able to do some interviews?
I was just about to ask them right now.
Perfect. All right. Well, here's your race winner, Betham, the Aston Martin driver. He'll be taking the first win here in Australia with Ickle Bickle and Mango. Great recovery drive for the both of them. They'll be finishing second and third. Great to see them up on the podium and showing that they could be the drivers that are going to be contending for this championship. Fourth goes to Vacant Haddock. What a result for him in this race. And I do believe fifth position was Danny Stillers, I do believe. And Aston Martin will also lead the championship as well in the Constructors, as reserve drivers will be added to the Constructors Championship as well. So that's the results for the Australian Grand Prix. We're going to be doing some interviews with some drivers today. As we see, I'm looking at the fastest lap here. It says D'Angelo has set a 19-second lap time. Very quick lap time there from the Haas driver. Obviously, that is incorrect, showing that there definitely was some sort of glitch with that lap time. I do believe Betham will actually grab the fastest lap and grab the full 26 points.
Yeah. Betham will get the fastest lap with a 1:19.8, so he will get the fastest lap.
Very interesting. So, yep, he will grab the full 26 points, and also change in results as well, as it seems Danny Stillers did have some penalties, and that meant he dropped down to 7th. So 8,000 RPM did manage to grab 5th. Shahomi grabbed 6th. Great points for Mercedes, what looked to be a very difficult day for them. Unfortunately, we had Viperize and Nair. I do believe they disconnected a little bit later on in the race, and so I don't believe they'll be scoring any points due to that, but we'll see. So anyway, we are going to head into the interview box real quickly. I'm going to try and get, or James rather, is going to get our drivers in here for an interview, and it's all good if they cannot as well.
Yeah, we will be getting Botham from this race, who won the race. Very nice and easy win for him, but we will not be getting Mango or Ickle Bickle, as they do not have mics.
All good, no worries. We are going to head into this race now. We're going to head into the interview box now. We're going to come from the race. I'm going to head to the showroom now so we can get Betham's car out on screen. We're just going to interview our race winner for the Australian Grand Prix, and then we will be ending off the stream. So let's hear from Betham in a moment or two. Once he joins the session, I'm just going to find the virtual showroom. There we go. We're going to get the Aston Martin car out on screen to interview our race winner.
Here he is.
Very good, very good. Betham into the interview box. Hello, Betham, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. All right, awesome. Well, first off, congrats on the race victory. You finished first with a very consistent drive, I must say. Just talk us through how your race went.
Honestly, it was much harder than it looked. Didn't really practice much for this one. I just did a little bit of quality practice in GP mode. But for the race, I had no idea what the strategy was or how the car was going to feel in the race. And honestly, it was a struggle. There was a couple times where I spun, or not spun, but almost spun, and I had to catch the car. But I guess in a way I was kind of lucky that there was a massive like lap 1 incident, and like half the field got wiped out or something like that. So I don't know, it kind of gave me the room to make mistakes, which I definitely did throughout the race, but I'm a bit disappointed that there was an incident, because it was looking like it would have been a good fight for the win, with qualifying being so close between, I think it was the top 4. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was an interesting race. You know, you were very consistent in that race, but it sounds like it was still difficult, you know. But yeah, I think a lot of drivers struggle to kind of keep it out on track. Can you talk us through what it was like to kind of keep that car on track? Because I know that Australia can be quite difficult in terms of understeer, as drivers have a lot of difficulty with like turning the car and making sure that they keep within the lines and not go too wide. So did you have any difficulty with like keeping the car on track and not getting too much understeer?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, generally the F1 games are a bit understeery, but with this new F1 game and the way the traction is, it's very easy to have understeer turn into snap oversteer. And places like the fast left-right chicane, I think it's turns 10 and 11, it's very easy to get oversteer there, especially if you touch the apex of the second corner, because there's a pretty big curb there and you have to hit it at a specific angle for it to work out. But yeah, that, and then the final corner was particularly sketchy, just because it's a long corner and you want to get on the power as soon as you possibly can, but if you overstep, well then you're gonna be in trouble if you're not prepared for what comes. But I think you guys maybe saw that throughout the race with a couple guys spinning. I mean, I think it was D'Angelo spun literally right in front of me. I think it was lap 3. So yeah, it was very tricky. So honestly, like, if someone spun, I can definitely understand why. So yeah.
Yeah, very interesting to hear that. Thank you so much for explaining that. It makes sense. Definitely, and definitely was a difficult race, it seemed, from Australia here in Albert Park, and I'm sure the drivers will be coming back stronger next time out. But James, do you have any questions for Betham before we end off the stream?
Firstly, congratulations on the win. Look, to me, it looked very easy as you just controlled the field, to be honest. But I do have a question. What was your thoughts on when the second safety car came out?
Honestly, I didn't really feel any particular way about it, because, I mean, sure, like, the gap I had, was gone, but at the same time, I was kind of looking forward to maybe having the battle that, in a way, was kind of robbed of those watching the stream and, the guys towards the front early on. But I think, I don't know, with them, I don't remember who it was, them staying out in the hards, it kind of got in the way in that, because, I mean, I think he would have served his time penalty in the pits, and then it would have been myself, Ickle, Dev, and I'm not really sure where Mango was at the time, but it almost would have been exactly like it was going into the race on lap 1. But I mean, that's just how it goes. He kind of took a risk with the strategy, which is understandable given his position, but yeah, it kind of ruined the chances of having a close fight at the end. But yeah.
Yeah, because he messaged in the stream saying he was meant to go into the pits, but don't know what happened there. But yeah, very good race from you, and well done.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you, Betham, for joining us here into the interview section. I think that may conclude everything here today from the first race here in Group 1. Very eventful race, I gotta say. Definitely a tricky race as well for a lot. I think for reasons of it being a brand new game, that's a very big reason. And also, Australia is a very difficult track as well. We know it is very hard to really manage, So I think these drivers will take this Grand Prix as a learning Grand Prix. They'll take it as a practice race. Of course, it will count for the points, But I think they'll be coming back stronger in the next one. I think that's going to be the word of the video, really. They'll be coming back stronger in the next one. And the next one will be Saudi Arabia. That'll be the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, another tricky track, but this one is a street track and will provide, I'm sure, a lot of overtaking and stuff like that. So a lot of action coming our way for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which will be coming up next week. We are no longer doing it every other week. We are doing it every week, like most leagues out there. So yeah, that is always exciting, of course. James, I want to thank you so much for joining me here today in the commentary booth. It has been an absolute honor to commentate with you, and I can't wait to be commentating with you here on LSR in the future.
Yeah, thank you as well. Can't wait for next week for another very close battle and very good racing.
Yeah, I cannot wait as well. And drivers, we want to thank you as well for joining us in the Grand Prix. You put on an absolutely amazing show, and the season is going to be absolutely epic. We cannot wait for it for the remaining 14 rounds of Season 3. So, viewers, thank you so much for joining us here today. If you enjoyed the stream, please make sure to like, as we would really appreciate that. Also, if you're looking to join the league and if you have not subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe to see more content on LSR Group 1. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to stream Group 2 as well if that becomes a full-size grid. But yeah, definitely do that, and we'll be seeing you for the next round 2 of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix streams next weekend on Saturday for Group 1, and yeah, we'll also be racing on Sunday for Group 2. But again, thank you everybody for joining. I've been Formula Jonah, that's been James, and we are going to be signing off for the first race here in LSR. We'll see you later. Goodbye.